Oh, yeah, I have 30 seconds. Hi, everybody. Long time no see. My name is Eunice Minor. Um, I may or may not be posting this on my YouTube, but if it ends up on my YouTube, hi, YouTube fam. It has been quite a long time. A lot has happened in my life, but this video specifically is meant to just share my journey as a model. If you follow me on IG, you already know. You already know what's up. Anyway, so this actually is not really to share my journey. It's a dedication, and then maybe my journey, my story will come later. But this is a dedication to the designer for popes of DB4 and De Jesus lines. Like popes for like this is a dedication to you and Natalie because y'all salute y'all. So, um, I walked in a runway show for a friend of mine who, actually, no, let me start over. This is actually my fashion journey for you to understand exactly why I made this video. So, I was working out with a group of people I value a lot. But I used to work with a group of people for Herbalife, and they're a couple of friends of mine who actually opened a nutrition store right now in Lowell, in Draycott. And it was one of our last workout sessions before the pandemic hit. So this was 2020, beginning of 2020. And we had this girl who came in, and she said, "Oh, I'm a model. I'm just getting fit and like getting active and all of that." And I was like, "Yo, sure, that's so dope." And like just those things that you say in passing, I was just like, "Yo, if you ever hear of any like shows or like modeling opportunity, you let me know." Me just running my mouth. Did I mean it? No. Did I even think about it? No. No, it was just one of those things that you're just like, man, I guess if he comes, that's it. But it's never a thought out of that. So, uh, I'm getting a call. I'll just let it ring. Anyway, so what happened was that this girl, since the pandemic 2020 passes, 2021 comes, and we followed each other on IG, never really talked after that. It was just like we followed each other and that was it. Yo, tell me over a year later, she goes, "Oh, by the way, Eunice, I don't know if you remember me, but my name is so and so, and I remember we worked out together, and you said that if I ever saw an opportunity for work for modeling, to let you know. So here's an opportunity. It's actually at your city. Go out there and audition." Okay, my life was actually falling apart when she was sending me that. But I was like, I was, like for me, the thing I love about myself right now, like not right now, like all the time, it's like when I'm going through a hard time, there is always hope that, a better time is coming because, it's seasons of life. We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. As long as you keep your attitude consistent in terms of like, yo, let's get through this, you'll make it in life. At least that's what I think. She sent it to me, and I was like, "Yo, you know what? My life is falling apart. I feel like I don't even know myself anymore. Yet I feel like I'm knowing myself so much more because of the experiences that I was having at the moment, where I came from vacation, which I found out while I was in vacation, and then when I came up from vacation. The week later, I went and auditioned, and I got in. Went and did the fashion show in October, and then my life went into even more shambles. Like, I was in bed, I skipped classes, I ate very sporadically, or if I ate, I just ate way too much. Like my life was just a mess. I was in the dumps. But so after doing that fashion show, one of the organizers of that fashion show sent an ad for Instagram that said, "Oh, there's a local designer looking for models for Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week." So I was like, "Shoot, that's too big, but you know what? Let's just give it a shot." I saved the post. That's important. I saved the post on Instagram on my saved post, and that was it. I didn't put it in my calendar. I didn't do anything. But when I noted it in my head, I was like, "Oh, yeah, October 29th, bet this is it. We're going to go." time passes, I forget it because my life was going down, so I didn't really think about it. um I ended up like forgetting about it, and then like the most randomest thing, when I was like depressed in my bed, like in pajamas all day for like days on end. I remember one day just being like, ah, I save way too many things on my IG. Let me just go delete some. So when I'm passing through this saved post, I see, oh, audition for New York Fashion. I was like, damn, I missed this. Like, damn, I should have went. I wish I remembered. And then as I was still like saying that, I looked at it closer and I was like, oh, this is not. And this, by the way, it was December at this point. I was like, oh my gosh, the audition is December 30th. Yo, that is literally 3 days from when I found out, like when I was going through my saved posts. Guess what your girl did? Put it in my calendar, and I put like reminders all day. Okay? Even though I was still depressed in bed. So I remember that day I woke up, I actually put an alarm on my phone. I woke up and I was still low. I literally woke up the whole day. My one job was to psych myself to get out of the house and actually drive a whole hour away to Boston to audition, and then come back, drive myself back home. I love driving, so the driving part wasn't a big problem. It's the getting myself out of the house into my car. I spent the whole day psyching myself up. I was listening to podcasts. I was trying to like put like my pump up songs, some motivational. Nothing was working. So I was like, whatever. Let me just at least get out this house. Like, I've been in this house for too long. I get ready, get myself to the car, and then I get late to everything. Everything. But this one, somehow I was on time. But I wasn't really on time either, because I got to Boston, I parked my car, and then I start walking to this address. And when I tell you I got lost, because I totally missed the part that the audition was in Copley Plaza. So when I put in the address for the the store, I put in Laced, and it took me somewhere else. So I literally walked 45 minutes running around everywhere looking for where this damn store is, like where the heck is Lace. Like, I'm already late. I came here on time. I was supposed to be there. Like, I literally had like 10 minutes to spare. Like, I was so upset. But then I was like, you know what, Eunice? You're done. You might as well go home. So, but then I was like, let me just get into this Dunkin' Donuts and ask for directions. And then if they know, I go. If they don't know, go back to my car and go home. And then I get out, and then I totally forgot. Like, I kind of got confused a little bit, like by what they were saying. Sometimes, like, the answer was like, we kind of know where it is, but we don't know where it is. So I was like, okay, there's this random guy on the street. Let me just ask him for directions. Mind you, it's a night. I'm a woman. It's not safe. But I was like, what the heck? Let's just ask. I asked for directions, and then this guy starts telling me his life story of how he's lived in Boston all his life. He's been a bus driver. He knows all the streets in Boston, like da 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 da, like a great inspiring story. And then I was like, oh, by the way, I'm really running late from somewhere. I don't even think I'll go anyway, but just in case, do you mind giving me the directions? And then he continues with his life story and whatever. And mind you, I had a goal for that week. Talk, like, literally face to face, talk to one stranger. So like in the middle of that, I was like, I met my goal. Okay, just let it go. But I was kind of happy that I met my goal. So that's one thing that I point out that started giving me confidence. Okay. And then he finally gave me the directions, and then he kind of walked me a little bit further just so I can see some of the parts of the streets that he was talking about. And then I went, and he went back to the barber because he was waiting for his barber shop appointment. So I went, I get to Laced, and then I get in the door, and then the receptionist, like the workers at Laced, they decided to just joke with me. And then they were like, wait, are you here for the audition? I was like, oh yeah, I am. And then knowing full well, actually, big note, I remember when I was talking with that guy on the street, I had noted in my head, I was like, yo, listen, you might as well just go, because you have literally driven all the way to Boston for you not even to be in the same room as this place, where in the same room with the people auditioning. Like, even if you're late, just go there and be in the room. Like, that's the least you can do. And mind you, at this point I am an hour and 40 minutes late, 30 minutes late, because I've been walking around Boston. And then I get there, and then the people at the reception desk were like, "Oh, yeah, shoot, it's over, it's over. Like, I'm sorry." And I was like, "Oh, I are you kidding me?" They were like, "Oh, no, 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 we're just joking with you. We're just joking with you." I was like, "Y'all can't be playing with me like that," because I have been, walking around Boston all night. And then they're like, "Yeah, it's over there in the back. Just go, whatever." So I went there. Even before I said anything out of my mouth, this girl goes, "Oh, you're here for the audition?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." She goes, "Okay, so they're on a break right now. So just put your name, put your email, phone number, whatever, and then here's your number." Your girl ended up auditioning. And when I tell you, when I stood up to walk, I don't know where the nerves went, because I felt like I was starting to get nerves and everything, because I was sitting when I was sitting there waiting, and I was actually the fourth or fifth person to audition, and I was the first one in group two. And the thing is, I feel like, okay, so I met a girl there. Shout out to Vanessa. We kept chatting and everything, and chatting with her like calm my nerves down. And then the any of the nerves that I had left when I was walking, I don't know where it went. The person that walked for that audition, when I tell you, I don't know who she is, because that girl was confident. That girl knew what the heck she was doing. She knew where every step was going. She knew why she was here. Whoops, my headphones are getting off my ears. Like, she knew why she was there. She knew, like, yo, this is it. I have no other business thinking about anything or fighting for it. This is it. It's either I do it or I do it. Like, there's no other option. And whether I get it or not, that is not on me, because I've done my part and I'm proud of my part. Tell me, well, a week or two later, I get an IGDM. "Oh, Eunice, this is for Pops. You made it." Yo, I was going, so I work as a mental health technician in a hospital. So I was going into my unit, and I was in the elevator. I was like, okay, let me just check, my IG before I put my phone away when I get to the unit. And I saw the DM. I went out of the elevator screaming, because I was like, "This is freaking New York Fashion Week. Me? I'm gonna be New York Fashion Week? Me?" Yo, I was hype. Nobody could bring my moods down that day. And like, my patience that day were trying my patience, but I'm telling you, the kind of step I was stepping that day, and nobody could have told me nothing. And I'm telling you, the devil tried me. He did try. Because I had a couple of patients curse me out. I had a couple of people tell me I'm a piece of shit and I don't know what I'm doing here. Some person refused to go back to the unit. Like, it was a mess that day. Eesh. But when I'm telling you, nothing could touch me, nothing touched me at all. All right. So, and actually, I skipped a really, 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 really important part. Actually, a couple of important parts. One, I had made the decision in 2020 that I'm going to nursing school. So I've been working towards going to nursing school. Two, which means nursing school was really important, because when you're in nursing school, you can't do anything else, including working. Especially when you're doing an accelerated program, which is what I want to go into later in life at this point. So I knew that even if I get into this show, I might not make it, like, to go to the show, because in my mind, Fashion Week only happens in September. I don't know who gave me that idea or why that was the idea, but I was like, yo, in September, I'm not going to be able to make it. Like, but you know what? At the end of the day, I came up, I showed up, and I proved to myself that I can do something with myself. And then the other thing is, right after we auditioned, Ford decides to tell us, "This is something I do with everything and everyone. Let's pray." When I tell you I didn't hear one word of the prayer he made, in my mind I was screaming. I was like, oh my, what the, I'm a, what the, I'm speechless. Like, what? Yo, like, I'm in a space where I'm able to not just come here and show an element of myself, but I also don't have to hide the fact that I'm a Christian or feel insecure about the fact that I'm a Christian, or the fact that, like, the whole stigma of modeling is like, oh, you're gonna go out there and show your body, do da 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 da. I was auditioning for somebody who believes in God and will understand values if I say, yo, I don't want to show my body. That right there was humongous. So, with that being said, do you see why I was excited I made it to New York Fashion Week? All right, that's a couple of that. And then when now we were like leaving the venue, Lace, where we had the audition, he was just having a conversation with other people, and like I just so happened like to be passing while I was leaving, and I ended up going to like the wrong exit. It wasn't really an exit, but I was like looking for the exit, but where they were standing was kind of blocking the exit. So like for me to ask them like where the exit was, I kind of just stood there a little bit and like, wait for them to finish their conversation for me to just be polite and be like, yo, so where's the exit? I'm kind of confused. And then I heard they said the fashion show is in February. I was like, wait, hold up. I'm gonna interrupt this right now. But did you just say the fashion show is in February? The first thing that I said in my head, mind you, this is a depressed person talking, was, this is in February? Which means even if like I am going to nursing school, I have all the time in the world to do this, I will give this 110%. That's what I said to myself. And then I asked about the exit and I left. So do you see why I was walking on cloud 9 in this unit where people were cursing me out and just saying all sorts of stuff to me? Like, yo, like, ain't nobody could have touched me or told me nothing. And I was on that high. And like, we like working with four has taught me so much. The passion. When I'm telling you, when I walked, because New York Fashion Week was my second ever runway outside of college, events and college fashion shows. When I tell you, like, the kind of Eunice that comes out is the Eunice that I have been dreaming of for years. Like, when I'm down, when I had no decisions about my career, when I didn't know what to do with myself, anything. When I tell you that Eunice is everything I have ever dreamed of, everything and so much more. The confidence that comes out of the runway Eunice, I even like separate her from me because I draw inspiration from her. Even though it's the same exact person, it's still me. The level of confidence that come, and like I told a couple of my model friends that we model together, I was like, yo, when I tell you I almost black out and I don't know what happens when I walk, I have no like live recollection of what happened. When I see the videos of me walking, even I'm a fan of myself, because when I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I can't believe you just did that. Like, oh my God, you look so good when you do that. Like, yo, I draw inspiration from myself, that Eunice. Yo, like, I cannot thank for enough. When I tell you God aligns people and brings people together with a reason at his own divine timing, I was depressed in bed as of January 30th when I was still hyping myself to go audition. I auditioned for New York Fashion Week. I got it. I went to New York Fashion Week. My life was still falling apart. Like, big time. And when I tell you the grace of God, like, I don't know how I could have done all of that without God. And not only that, for me to decide that I want to be in the fashion industry full time as a career has been the biggest battle, because I have been battling creativity and stability when it comes to nursing. And I decided, why not do both? I'll do nursing later in life when I have exhausted everything and anything that the fashion industry has to offer for me. And the thing that made me, like, I'm telling you, the foundation that people have with something really strengthens what they do, or it just, it tears them apart. For me, the foundation that I realized working with four has given me is one, having a foundation where I can be in the fashion industry and be proud of being a Christian. That's one. Two, I was, the whole of January last year, this year, I mean, I have been, since then, I've been in the journey of trying to find myself and establishing myself to myself, not to anybody else, to myself. That also includes my faith in God. But the one thing that I know for a fact that really anchored me was having a vision. And it's not that, like, right now I can tell, yeah, I have a vision for my life 100%. Yes, I kind of have the vision. It's still a little blurry, but we're still, as the year goes by, I'm getting clarity on what that vision is. And the fact that I worked for four, and he kept saying that, yo, this is not even just about Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week. I know New York Fashion Week is big, but it's not just about Fashion Week. There's a whole lot more bigger than this, even than myself, than the models, than, that I'm trying to accomplish here. And I remember just what randomly asking him this. Honestly, this was such a selfish question because it was for me. I asked him, like, before we prayed, like, yo, so you've been saying that this is about a bigger vision. If you don't mind, do you mind just sharing what the vision is? And he gave us his vision. And when I tell you, my heart leaped in joy. Like, you really don't understand. When God gives you a vision for something, He will give you the right people. And those right people, you don't know who they are. You don't know what they're going through. And sometimes you may never know what they're going through. But to them, you may be the answered prayer that they have even never prayed for. Because for me, even being in the fashion industry has never been a goal. A lot of people have been like, like all my life, everybody been asking, oh, are you a model? You should be a model. Are you a model? You should be a model. Oh, you have a body for a model. You have a face for a model. You have a this for a model. But in my mind, that was never an option for a career. Why? Because all I've known is uh, I'm an African engineer, lawyer, accountant, what is it called? Doctor, nurse. That's all we know. That's all we've been taught. So when you say you're going outside of all of that, it's so scary. Like, I haven't had the confidence to actually tell my parents that I'm not doing nursing right now. But when I'm telling you the way God has answered the prayers about me that I've prayed about me, has not been in the stability that I have been looking for in nursing. It's been in the stretch and being uncomfortable and being completely outside my comfort zone. Because one, I do enjoy being in front of a camera, but I do hate, like, because the one of the big reasons I stopped YouTube was because I was like, it's invading my life. I don't want to put myself out there. It's just yikes. Not for me. But then me trying to find out who I am on camera did not sound right to me. But the fact that I'm out here, I don't have to open my mouth when it comes to fashion, when it comes to when I'm walking on the runway or when I'm doing photo shoots. It's get to work, pose, walk, turn, twirl, do this thing, do that thing, like, and you still put yourself out there. It doesn't, I feel for me like it's the perfect place to explore who I am, to explore a new kind of confidence. Like, I would have never ever thought I would ever go into this career at all. At all. And I could just say I'm so grateful. Well, I guess at the end of the day, this has been kind of sort of a snippet of a life update because I didn't plan on doing it like the whole story. But since I've done the whole story, man, like I just want you to understand that, like, whatever you're going through, at the end of the day, it's a puzzle to who you are, to who you want to be. And as long as you keep seeking who you want to be, putting in the work, connecting with the right people, and most importantly, trusting that God's got you, I'm telling you, hands down, you will forever end up in your purpose. And I know for a fact in this season, being in the fashion industry has a big purpose for me. And I have a big purpose in the fashion industry. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is as of now. It's just me and God talking, walking, and praying and communicating about what that is. Even if I never find out what that purpose is, as long as I am walking with God, I could never go wrong. That's all I know, you know. But I just want to say I'm so grateful. And even the fact that invited us to church. Like, I hadn't been to church in forever, like physical church, like going into church in forever. But the fact that I was able to go to church and actually really enjoy church, like, again, it made me miss church a lot. And I am so, so grateful for the opportunity that you have allowed me to take up, the opportunities that you've presented. And this is why, like, in my heart, like, I got you. Whatever project you got, I don't care what project it is, as long as God gives me the time and the energy, I'm there with you. I'm riding with you, I'm supporting you. Whatever this whole for fashion house you're gonna build, whatever I can offer to give you, do not hesitate to ask, because man, the kind of value that you have added to my life, I am forever indebted to you. Forever. And I remember I used to be very, very, very bad with academics, and I did anatomy 1 and 2 last year, summer last year. And I remember telling my teacher, yo, I've been a bad student, but this time round I'm taking anatomy, I'm going to be going to nursing school, I cannot be a bad student anymore. So KG helped me, teach me how to be a good student. And mind you, this teacher was the best teacher I could have done that with, because she has a heart for helping students learn. And I feel like that same thing replicated itself here, where I came, yes, psyching myself out of bed and everything, but like I was still willing to do the work. And I got introduced to or connected with somebody who has the heart, the passion, and drive, and the vision on top of that, to just push people forward. Believes in people even before they believe in themselves. That person right there, you don't ever get that easy in this world. People like that are so few, so valuable. And this is why, for you and both your brands, have a very special place in my heart. Forever will be. Whatever project you got, I got you. Thank you everybody for listening. I'm gonna send this to a couple of my friends, because a couple of my friends asked for the video. But my goodness, your journey is your journey. This is why I call myself Journeying with Eunice, because I'm journeying with me, my future me, the future me that I want to see. I'm journeying with her now, so that she can talk to me and tell me, yeah, you've done good here, now you ain't doing good here, step up here, take some rest here, talk to this person, don't talk to this person, make better choices, stuff like that. Journeying with Eunice, y'all, it wasn't even for anybody else. It's always been for me, to journey with myself and give myself patience for all the things that I don't have patience for when it comes to myself, and give myself grace, and to also celebrate myself. Because even loving myself, loving my skin, loving everything about myself, that has come, like, I've always kind of sort of did, but because of how, like, the thing with fashion that I realized is that it's something completely out of my playbook per se of life, how I pictured my life, my playbook. And because it's so out there, I feel like I have to prove so much more to myself and the people around me, such that I'm like, yo, the Eunice that's coming out of this thing is a Eunice that I am so proud to share with the world. I am so proud to see every single day. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I am so grateful for y'all. Bye-bye.